Hey guys, what's going on? Coming at you with a Tuesday night video. So, I was traveling, was away basically. So, just wanted to make a follow up video over the weekend. My thoughts of Monday and Tuesday, what I've been buying. So, Friday we had a nice relief rally that led into a little sell Monday, and then also a little sell today. Basically, there's just fears on the whole tariff talk still. I think at this point, I mean, if you look at the VIX, it was at 27, 28. It peaked at last week. It's now down to like 20, 21. If you look at like a 5 day or even like a 7 day rolling chart of the VIX, I think the tariff fears and all that, they're going to be here today, gone tomorrow. I don't know if they're going to go through. They're going to cancel one time, basically fee. Whatever happens there, it is what it is basically. So you still have CNBC, analysts going on CNBC talking about tariffs. It's kind of getting to the point where if you look at like the VIX, people are kind of over it, or at least starting to get over it. I think if you're a long-term investor and you understand things can change like a flip of a switch, and then sentiment can change, and tariffs can get canceled, and the market's going to run back up to all-time highs. So, and it can happen quick too. So anyone that's kind of waiting out the market or waiting for the turmoil to close or anything like that, I think that's a big mistake. A lot of day traders or people that like going in and out of the market or can't handle the volatility, I think you have to kind of train yourself that this kind of stuff's going to happen always. And if you look at like sentiment and the amount of put options out there right now and the way people feel with like a little bit of layoffs and a lot of uncertainty and recession talk, tariff talk, it's incredible that to me at least that we're basically in the territory of .com, '08, 2020. We're at those levels right now, and it's crazy because like if you look at all three of those times, there was systemic major underlying issues, whereas we're at this level right now when unemployment's at 4.1%. Inflation is not crazy right now. It's what is it, like mid threes or low threes right now, depending on core, headline, whatever you want to measure it at, which is, it's a little high, but like it's not 9, 10, 12, 20%. People are getting, unemployment's ticking up a little bit. Layoffs are happening a little bit. Consumers out, a little historically low in their savings. But, I think there's going to be a lot of things that the Fed and the presidency has in their pocket as far as stimulus, as far as they could, the big, beautiful bill that they're calling it. If that goes through, they lower corporate tax. They lower or remove certain income taxes in certain brackets, or, there's a million things they could do. They could cancel the tariffs. Then everyone's like, oh, wow, it was nothing. So, there's a lot of things going on right now that I think people are way overblowing out to proportion. Now, if we were in a recession, and that's something, GDP, we don't even have a negative quarter. We're not even close. 2% GDP or 3% GDP is historically good. And I think we just got revised down to 1.4. It fluctuates, but there's not even projections of negative GDP. Like we had 2 negative quarters of GDP in 2020, and you got to remember we also had stagflation fears also in 2020. So I feel like 2020 was way scarier than just a little bit of tariff talk. It's just posturing. That's all it is. So it's crazy to me that people are freaking out this much. In my opinion, I think it's a shakeout retail. I think a lot of people got in the market that aren't experienced in Q4 and Q1 of this year, well, early part of Q1. So I really think they're trying to get the market down. They're really trying to squeeze people out of money. They're really trying to they're also trying to really the presidency's end goal here, the administration's end goal it's to really get the Fed to lower rates. They're the current administration, they're business first. So they know rates need to be low for small, medium-sized businesses to strive. You need cheap lending for these businesses to have a chance basically in becoming something. The only ones that succeed with high rates are the ones that have all the cash, like the Mag 7s and the companies that are very well established that can just buy up things. So long term, that's actually not healthy for the economy because most of the economy is ran on small business. So I get what they're doing. There's going to be a little bit of short term pain. That's why they're not really talking about it much. But you know, that's that. Also, CPIs tomorrow. That's going to be a big day for the market. I don't know how Powell's going to be. There's a good chance he's not going to obviously touch rates. It really depends on commentary. I think he's going to basically say he's going to be data dependent, and he's going to, if he sees inflation coming down, he might be more enticed to start lowering rates again. We are in a cutting cycle, obviously, because we started that in September and we just paused for a little bit. But, that's something you need to keep in mind also. So, like, it's one of those things where, it's we're still in a cutting cycle. I don't think there's like a 2% chance we raise rates. We would need a lot of bad things. But it's kind of silly because people think, oh, well, they could raise rates or spending can out of control. I mean, if people lose jobs, which there's, our employment to unemployment ratio or listings to unemployment is like 1.1 to 1. So we're almost dead even, which is technically healthy for a job market because then you don't have price wars on getting employees and that causes inflation and all that good stuff. So anyways, I think long term, this is all really good. And when I mean long term, I just mean give it a couple more months. Let things play out. Obviously, keep a bunch of cash on the sideline or cash up, which you should have been doing in Q4 and the beginning part of Q1. So if you did that, you're probably in a very comfortable spot. I did not do any buying Friday, Monday, or today. So if the market does continue to sell off, I will probably buy something tomorrow. I do have some companies on my mind that I kind of want to buy, but if I do that, I'll let you know. I'll let you know what percentage of my portfolio it is, and then we'll go from there. So so if you like this video, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year. I got a couple subs last week, so I really appreciate it. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. CPIs tomorrow, it's going to be a big day. That's could probably be the catalyst of the week. And until tomorrow, I'll let you know my thoughts on that, and peace.